tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh yeah. Little Dolph Ziggler to start off the show tonight. He was the hero on Sunday. He did it, everybody. He pulled a Cena and beat 3 guys in a row with a little help from a man named Sting to do it. To, you know, vanquish the Authority until maybe John Cena tells him to come back. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. I am Tom the Comp Connolly. This is the Main Event After Show. And sitting across from me, the new predictions champion, Gabrielle Loren. How you doing, Gabby?
I am doing the best I've ever done in my life because I won the predictions title. I think this now swears me into being very legit as a wrestling commentator at AfterBuzz TV.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Because I beat out everybody, even Christian. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
He never wins, so
he
it doesn't matter.
Never wins, apparently. But yeah, so I was supposed to get a different belt, but because Kaori is scared to give it away, I got a real one. So this is actually pretty damn heavy. It's legit as well. And I feel like I'm getting a second workout in. I was telling Tom that it's, you know, it's weighing me down. But I love it. It's really cool to have this honor. And I hope I could keep the reign going.
Yep. Yes. Next month, TLC. You need to. There hasn't been anybody that has consecutively kept the belt among us in, I think, over a year. It's been a long time. Like,
so no one wins twice.
No, it's always somebody different each month. So.
I think we gotta change that
Yes, definitely. Could you imagine having to carry that every day? Like, they have to travel with those belts in their bags and.
But I would assume that they have so much muscle that this probably feels like a box of cereal.
Probably.
But I would love to know if a Divas belt is as heavy as this one.
I think it's a little lighter. I'm not sure. That one's probably maybe, what, like 20 pounds? 20, 25?
This
Something
one?
like that?
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than that?
It feels at least like it's a good 15.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe it's like 10. Because it's smaller, too. It's, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's
shrink
heavy.
It down. Add the, you know, the wings on the side. So, it is smaller. But let's get to main event. We start off the night with Miz and Mizdow coming out to fight Los Matadores, the new tag team champions, which they won on Sunday. We saw the recap of that. Miz was trying to get the win, and Mizdow tagged himself in and got the cover on Goldust. And Miz just looked so shocked that, you know, how dare his stunt double step out of line? But they did get the win, so he couldn't be that upset with Mizdow.
Seems like Mizdow's stepping out of line a lot lately.
It looked like he was a lot tonight.
Yeah.
He was not staying in line. But hey, you know, when you have all the the crowd cheering for you, it's gonna go to your head a little bit. So
it's kind of sad that the crowd cheers for Mizdow and not the Miz ever.
I just think it makes it, you know, that's the best thing about wrestling fans is that they'll do something and you're just like, that's so smart of. And it started on Sunday. Like, it wasn't like they were kind of, you know, they were cheering for Mizdow the last couple weeks, but it was never like, oh, the Miz would, you know, raise his hands and they wouldn't cheer, and then Mizdow would, and they started cheering. But once they won the belts, and the Miz took both belts, you know, and you know now he's holding both titles with him the whole time, and Mizdow has the fake belts. It's just hilarious that the Miz will, you know, raise the belts and nobody says anything, or they boo, and then as Mizdow raises them, they're all like, yeah, and. You have to give credit to, you know, the Miz as a character and, you know, as a personality, is that he does those type of things. And like, I wondered the other night when they won, did he think to be like, I'm gonna grab both belts myself, or was that like a storyline thing? Did they say to him, hey, when you guys win, grab both belts and don't let Mizdow touch the belts? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's definitely pre-planned in that sense because it's his whole character to take both belts and act like he's the only one that did anything.
Yeah, but I wonder if it was him. Like I hope it was him. Like his own idea to be like.
Oh, as opposed to WWE.
Yeah,
like telling him to do it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't know because I don't know how much creative freedom they have to play their character up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he is good at kind of improvising things, so I think maybe they would let him go with it. Yeah.
That'd be a little too detailed to be like, please make sure you grab both belts at the end of your match.
Yeah.
I mean, it could happen, but you never know.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was a great way to end the match, that match on Survivor Series. And the Miz says that, he can't wait to go back to Los Angeles for Thanksgiving and have his tofurkey. And, everyone told him that, Mike, you can't do this. You can't, accomplish your goals. And he said, well, maybe the Mike can't, but the Miz can. And, he wanted to, take time to, give respect to somebody that, has been with him along the way and that doesn't get enough respect. And Mizdow kind of stopped doing the pantomiming of the Miz and was kind of like listening to him like he's gonna talk about me.
Oh yeah, for a second.
And he's like, I just want to thank my moneymaker.
Yeah, his face instead of Mizdow, unfortunately.
Yeah. So then Los Matadores come out for the match. Miz is in control of Fernando, just beating him down. He ends up getting the tag to Diego. The crowd's chanting, "We want Mizdow," but the Miz won't tag him in. He fakes it like he's gonna tag him in, doesn't. And then Mizdow tags himself in, ends up hitting the skull crushing finale, which is the Miz's move, but he still does it to get to finish him off. And then as he gets up, the Miz tags himself back in again, slides in, gets the pin. So the Miz gets the win of the match. Gets the pinfall. But Mizdow did all the work. I don't know. What'd you think?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Mizdow did do all the work. But it amazes me that WWE loves Miz TV so much. They're literally opening almost every main event recently. Mizdow TV is like the prime staple of main event at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's the same speech over and over again. That's the only thing that really bothers me. I'm kind of ready for some fresh material from The Miz. I think when he comes on to do his TV stitch or...
Like his little promo?
Yeah, his little stick. What is it? Stick? Shtick.
Oh, shtick, yeah.
We have some Jewish language here. When he comes on to do his shtick, I think that he kind of needs to reinvent himself with it a little bit. Because it's kind of boring me because I've heard it all before. However, he's still great with his character. If he is improvising and picking up different things to kind of play into it, then all points go to you. I really loved this match in the sense of Mizdow on the outside of the ropes, imitating him with the moves. And I don't know if has he done this before?
Yeah, he's been doing it for the last couple weeks.
Okay, because I've, I guess, always been engaged to the match where I'm not looking necessarily at what's going on outside of the ropes. But this one, for some reason, he really caught my eye because I think the camera's focused on it more with their angles. So it was just really funny. Like if Miz was kind of in a moment where he was resting and looking around at the ring, Mizdow would be over the ropes, resting, looking around at the ring. Like they were very similar, and it was so awesome. Really entertaining for me. And there was a point where Miz tried to flip the Matadores over the rope, but one of them landed on his feet. And it was just so smooth. And this is why I like the Matadores, because I've said it before, they have really great skill set. Their moves are original. Nobody really does anything like they do, and they kind of involve gymnastics. So here we go, another gymnastics move where they catch themselves without looking stupid and falling or being hit or being knocked out, and that was really cool for me to have that much control over your body. So points to them. And I guess when Sandow came in to create the advantage, Miz switched to take the win, which we talked about, and he does do all the work, and it's really interesting. And for some reason, Miz has this, shocked look on his face all the time. I don't know why he's so shocked. Know that you're bad by now. And, your stunt double is doing your moves better than you, which is kind of sad. But all in all, it was a good match. I was interested. I gave it a 3.9. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad by any means.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought it was a good match, and it's a very weird thing that they're doing with the Miz and Mizdow, because the fans really like Mizdow, and this is almost a weird where normally in the tag team match you have the bad guys beating up on the good guy, trying to get that tag to his partner. But this is weird because you have the Miz beating up Los Matadores, but the fans want him to tag in Mizdow, but he's beating the guy up. So it's such a weird psychology of, you're cheering one guy you hate and one guy you love, so you want to see that hot tag, but it should be for the other team. So they're pulling it off really well, I think. And it's fun to watch their matches now because the crowd really wants to see Mizdow in the match, and Miz just won't let him in.
Yeah.
But it does seem like he's gonna start stepping out of line a little more now that they have the belts. And
yeah, I'm waiting for that moment.
So I'm glad they have the belts though. It makes the belts more relevant too, I think now.
There are two people I want to step out of line: Mizdow and the Bunny.
Gotcha.
Those are the two people that need to step out of the line. But I mean, completely step out of the line, where he gives up the Adam Rose side and he goes, for his own team.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I feel like the Bunny's gonna keep stepping on the line even more. It's gonna happen. I think we're gonna finally see who the Bunny is. I think they're just trying to decide who it's gonna be.
That's just gonna ruin it though, because then you're like, it's not a bunny anymore.
Yeah.
Where's the fun in that?
But yeah, I gave that match a 3.0. Then we have Go Behind with Renee Young and the
oh wow, this was a heated
Fandango and Rosa.
Wait, I want to get into something first.
Okay, yes.
Before the camera started rolling, Tom had mentioned that he thought Rosa was less awkward tonight, and I said, I don't think so, coming from an expert opinion because I have a dance degree, and that's what we talk about, that she's awkward with her dance moves. But then I was like, wait a second, I know exactly why Tom thought she wasn't awkward tonight, and it's because of this scene in particular.
No.
Yes, it's because of the makeout sessions, because you're so engulfed in what she's doing with Fandango that you're so distracted.
I really wasn't actually. No,
Are you sure?
I was actually upset with this segment. I didn't like this at all.
Really?
Because,
that's a shocker.
Because I like Fandango. He can talk on the mic. Why are you letting him? Why is he not talking now? I don't.
Why are you so hot and bothered by it?
Because I want this. He's a talented performer that can talk on the microphone. Yet you're gonna just have him just be distracted by her, and he was never distracted. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're playing this whole thing up now that he's so distracted by, Rose is so distracting. That Summer Rae, he would talk when he was with her. And
let's put this in perspective.
Yeah.
If you were Fandango, would you not want to kiss Rosa, and would you rather speak on the mic?
Well, he could have done both. Wouldn't that have made him look cooler? I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Then I guess I was wrong. But I think in the match when they opened, you were probably still engaged.
No, that was when she was awkward. It wasn't. I think she was more awkward she's more awkward when they're in the ring than anything. So
she is.
Yeah, so whatever. They don't even, he doesn't say anything. She kisses him, they walk away. Renee Young just stands there.
So you didn't like this segment?
No, I didn't like it at all because I just thought it was kind of, I don't understand what they're doing with him, He's
a sex object.
I guess so, yeah.
And so is she.
Yeah.
So they're playing off their only talents pretty much.
But he has more talents than that. That's what bothers me.
He's getting better. I think he's really good right now, actually.
But this leads to the match. Fandango versus Adam Rose, the new and improved Fandango, as they're calling him. And do you like his new music? He has this, kind of
Fandango.
sultry.
Oh yeah. I do like it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can't do the Fandangoing anymore, but I think they had to do something different with him.
I think everything looks great. I just think Rosa needs to get in a dance class.
Yeah,
because she's not a dancer and she has flat feet walking into the ring. When she feels awkward, she makes faces, and it's so uncomfortable to watch.
That's what I thought on Sunday. That's why I thought she was more uncomfortable on Sunday, because that was the first time they did it live on TV.
She was definitely bad.
And very nervous, and it's like you said, you can really see it. And I feel like she would have more rhythm
No.
You know, but
She's not ever danced, I think, in her life. And if she did, then I feel bad because she's really bad at it. Like, her feet aren't pointed. She's not graceful. She, like, would grab his, stomach at one point, or chest, and would do this.
yeah, that was.
But it was, like, a big-ass hand and, like, awkward as hell.
It was, like.
Not sweet and sincere at all. Yeah, it was very manly, actually.
It just didn't look. It just was awkward. That's we know. And I mean, I'm not sure when they were told they were gonna do this. That they were gonna be paired together. I mean, we learned like last Monday on Raw that Fandango was gonna be on the pre-show. So you would think she would have at least known by last Monday. So she had 6 days to practice and get more comfortable with this.
Only 6 days?
Maybe more. I'm just saying since when we were told he was coming back. I mean, we didn't know he was with her because she was in the picture with him.
I don't know. This is my opinion. I think with WWE that there's a chance when a person's out or not getting enough time on TV, they may communicate that with whoever the contact is. With the talent, and then maybe they try to work them in the story, right? At least that's what it seems like because of Total Divas. Not sure if it's reality for real or not.
Yeah, that's kind of
it's on
Total
edge
Divas
because
blurs
I'm not
the lines
sure.
of like
But
a lot of stuff. So
that's where I also feel like with Daniel Bryan, he came back because he's injured, so he can't really wrestle. But they found a role for him to still make money. So in that sense, I feel like maybe he contacted them. I kind of want to get back in and. Something.
I think it was more them. I'm sure it was them.
You think so?
Yeah, saying.
Because I know he
like,
complains on Total Divas about. Well, he doesn't really care, but his wife Brie cares that he's not working, and he's kind of like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he can't wrestle, so it's kind of, and I'm sure it's, I know he has, it's like a arm issue or shoulder or neck. I mean, whatever he has wrong with him, maybe it's hard for him to travel too. Like, maybe it's awkward for him to get on a plane or something, so.
Yeah. So to me, it just seems like maybe they do contact those people, ask them to kind of involve them more. And maybe Rosa asked for her to get something special.
Yeah.
And, she's this hot Latin beauty, so they stuck her in. But ultimately, the girl needed a few dance classes before she got casted in that role.
Well, listen, she has the Thanksgiving weekend off. She should, maybe take a class or two.
I will be impressed if she gets better.
I think it does come down to nerves and, being in front of, millions of people on TV live.
But how many times has she done this before?
But also, I feel like
no
every
excuses
time,
at this point.
Well, no, I feel like every time I've seen her since she's come back, she has been kind of awkward. Like, and I think she's just kind of getting used to being out there again. So.
Rough life of a diva.
Yeah. So I think it's, she should take some classes, and I think she'll be, fine.
Golden.
Like, and she is like a beautiful girl. Like, it's not like she's not like a hot girl. Like,
that's why it kind of works.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. You would think like she'd have more confidence because, of what she looks like.
Hot.
But yeah, I mean, but
the
people
prettiest
are insecure.
people have the lowest self-esteem.
Yeah, you never know.
It's true.
But yeah, I think she'll get better. I think it'll,
Prayers for Rosa.
Yes. But so let's get to the match. They were both started out like kind of just like brawling with each other, like kind of just throwing each other like all over the ring.
Yep.
Adam Rose is like really aggressive, like with kicks to the stomach of Fandango when he was in the corner. Then Fandango was able to get control, hit like a backbreaker on the apron. And they have been playing like Fandango being more vicious and just like really just attacking the guy like crazy. And then the bunny starts kind of hitting on Rosa, trying to go around the ring, waving to her.
Pervert.
This bunny gets more action, or at least tries to, than anybody else on the roster.
It's true.
Natalia, Rosa.
I wonder if it works.
I don't know. Maybe see some, but I don't know. I'm not even gonna go there.
Dirty mind.
Hey, there's been worse things we've seen on here, on wrestling over the years. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these divas got pregnant by the bunny. And
what?
Oh, we've seen way
on
worse
a storyline.
We've seen. She was like 80-year-old woman give birth to a hand.
What?
Yes.
Oh, WWE.
She got pregnant by Mark Henry, and she gave birth to a hand.
And then everyone stayed away from him forever.
Yeah. So we've seen weirder things, so I wouldn't be surprised if, Natalya gets mixed up with this bunny. But yeah, so Fandango ends up attacking the bunny. Adam Rose tries to get the roll up, couldn't get it. Fandango hits him with the big clothesline, hits the leg drop for the win. So Fandango, he's undefeated so far since returning on Sunday night. 3 matches in a row, 3 wins. What do you think?
I like this match. I think Fandango is progressively getting better at what he's doing. I like his new character. Like we said, Rosa needs help, but other than that, it's good. I think at one point in the very beginning for Adam Rose, the bunny was being peer pressured by the Rosebuds to get into the ring.
Oh, it was.
And I feel like when they eventually decide to make the bunny go ballistic, it's going to be because the Rosebuds are encouraging it. Because the bunny, if you guys saw, had his hands up like this and looking at the ring and back at the Rosebuds, and they were like yelling at him. I couldn't really make out what they were saying, but it sounded like they were trying to tell him to like go to the ring. So I feel like when that moment happens, it's going to be because of the peer pressure of the Rosebuds to turn.
But are the Rosebuds going to follow the bunny then? Or are they going to leave Adam Rose?
Maybe. That would be a really great storyline. I like that. In the match, there was a back kick that Adam Rose did to Fandango at the post. He just kicked back without even looking at him. Love that move. Backbreaker off the apron onto Adam Rose was great also. I really liked that. And then I was thinking, instead of Bunny and Rosa mingling outside the ring, why not Rosa and Rusev's girl have a showdown? I think that would be a great storyline. Rosa and Rusev's girl, Lana. Yeah. Those 2 women are really hardcore. I feel like they would make good, what's the word I'm looking for?
Opponents?
Opponents, but like enemies.
Gotcha.
Enemies in a storyline. Yeah, and then there was a weird moment at the end where Rosa kind of scurried to the stage after Fandango won. I don't know if you...
Like getting in the ring?
Caught this. Yeah, to get in the ring. Like, Fandango won, and then she realized a little bit in a delayed reaction, and then she, like, realized, oh, I have to run back to the stairs, and she, like, scurried in. Another awkward moment by Rosa Mendez. We should make a hashtag, like, awkward Rosa moments.
Yes, definitely.
Right?
Yes.
I think that'd be awesome.
There's a lot of them.
Or awkward Mendez moments.
Yep, there you
I
go.
like that. Hashtag that if there's one that you can think of.
But it's got to be Rosa, though, because then people would think it's, like, Eva Mendes.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Right?
We could do hashtag. Yeah, we could do it. It just rhymed. That's why I liked it. I try to make it creative.
Whatever you guys want. But what was your rating of this match?
Oh, sorry. 3.7.
Gotcha. I gave it a 2.5. I thought it was a decent. It was a good showing by both of them, and they're both showing this like aggressive side to them. And as Adam Rose kind of sinks deeper into, being a god to the Rosebuds, and talking about how he saved them all and all this other kind of stuff. You have Fandango, who's just trying to, kick ass. And, doesn't really care anymore. He just wants to. He's not as much about the dancing, I think, as he was before. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of like the show's in the beginning and then it's over. Pretty much.
Yeah, and it was weird how he was kind of like talking to himself after he won. Did you see that? Like he was like, just kind of like talking.
No.
I don't know. It was a weird thing where even like the commentators were like,
what's he doing?
Yeah, like why is he like talking to himself?
Don't pull a Dean Ambrose.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But then we get a Raw recap, kind of Survivor Series recap too. No more authority. Daniel Bryan returns. He gives out punishment to everybody that was on Team Authority. And the main event was Cena and Ziggler versus Rollins and the J&J Security Company, his stooges. Cena and Ziggler win the match. Rollins tries to escape, but Daniel Bryan throws him back in the ring to get beat up by the good guys. And then we hear a sound we haven't heard in a long time. The beeping noise, which is the anonymous Raw GM, who on the 1000th I can't even say that word 1000th episode of Raw.
Oh, that was weird too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just kept going.
Oh my god, you are cracking me up right now.
I can't say that word. I'm just gonna skip it.
What's the number?
1000.
Wait,
No,
you're
you gotta
making me
say it,
up.
say it.
1,000th.
Yeah, there you go. You said it right.
There we go.
I'm not gonna say it
Tongue
again.
twister.
Episode of Raw. We found out the anonymous Raw GM was Hornswoggle. So now this anonymous GM is back, and we don't know who it is now. And on next Raw will be Cyber Monday, because it is Cyber Monday. So I'm guessing there'll be a lot of, like, you know, go on the app and vote for, you know, we want to see this person versus this person, or, you know, which is cool. It's fun. It's very interactive for the fans.
Yeah.
Because you get to vote on, you know, matches or, you know, a stipulation on a match. I don't know, but what do you think now that the Authority is out of power?
I am so happy. You guys, this is exactly what I predicted. I said I wanted the Authority out of power so that there would be chaos. And I think that's what's happening. And not only that, but I don't think I could have made this better with Daniel Bryan coming back as like the head guy in charge. Also Cena being in charge too with, I think, who stays and goes, kind of. And then I don't know. I think that now things will be run fair. And they're going to kind of take their revenge out on all these people that made their lives hell for so long, right? Dictating what they were going to do and how things were going to be.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to kind of see that play out. And I don't know. I definitely think it heat things up. And I am in love with it. I think the, what is it? Concessions cane idea. And what else do we have that's pretty interesting? Any punishments going on?
There wasn't really. I mean, it was just kind of
Is
like
that really the
he
only
just
one that's messed
put
up?
everyone else in like matches, kind of. So it wasn't anything.
So Kane's the only one that got a big brunt of the stick. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was so creative. I'm all about it, and I hope the Authority stays out of power for a while because I want to see where this goes, and I want it to get even crazier.
Yeah.
With like retaliations and stuff. They really needed to do something to mix it up, and I think they're really causing a lot of heat here. So
Yeah.
it's good.
And the end of Survivor Series with, you know, Stephanie flipping out was great to watch. She's just one thing I'm gonna miss, like their characters, at least, you know, the portrayal of their characters on TV each week. They were at least fun to watch.
What do you mean by that?
Like, just I feel like they're both, her and Triple H are, you know, good at playing their characters on TV.
Do you think they're not going to be on TV as much?
No, they're not going to be on TV at all now.
I don't believe that.
They can't. The only way they can come back on TV is if John Cena brings them back. So we won't see. That's what we're told as of now.
No, this is where I'm going to predict something. They're going to cause their own chaos and come back and interrupt things, stir things up. Remember how Big Show would just drive his trailers in? I was talking about this and I loved it. He would drive these like tractor trailers inside the ring. I feel like Stephanie and Triple H are going to do something extreme to make their statement. Because you have these type A people, there's no way they're going to just back down and leave and not come back. Please. This is their world. If you're smart, you'll know that they're going to do something. And that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree with you. If they want to come back, they need to be the ones that create the chaos.
Yeah, they will.
They need to make John Cena go, I need you guys back for some reason. So, yeah.
Then everyone's going to hate John Cena.
Exactly.
And that's going to be a first.
Yes, and that's what I think could be very, very interesting. And I think when I watched Survivor Series, I saw when Vince said that, you know, I was like, you know, they're at least planting the seeds of something that could happen later on.
I think it may be more so of a bribe. If he needs her, it would be more of, I'll come back if you do this. You know?
Yeah.
Because he may need something from her, so she's going to be like, okay, well you're only going to get it if this happens.
Well, that's why I think it could lead to, say John Cena keeps trying to go against Brock Lesnar and he can't win. Maybe he needs a little help.
Oh, that's definitely against his character.
Yep.
Not fighting for himself.
Yes. So I think that'll be very interesting if it plays out that way, but we'll see. Then we go to backstage. Tyson and Natalya, you know, saying they're so happy for Thanksgiving. They can't wait to spend it with their cats.
Aww.
And then we have Summer and Layla come up and say that, you know, they're glad Tyson has those headphones, I'm sure, because when Natty talks or screams, I guess she's,
it's a good
annoying.
way to tune her out.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And he starts laughing at that, and obviously Natalya gets pissed at him. And as she turns around, they hit her in the face with a pie and some whipped cream, and Natty is pissed at Summer and Layla as they run away. And then on SmackDown this week, it'll be Miz TV with the Big Show, because the Big Show did turn on John Cena at the pay-per-view. So we'll see where that goes with Big Show. His
Big Show brought the show.
Yeah, his annual heel or face turn always happens. He always turns like to a good guy or bad guy at least 3 times a year. So I think this is the last one for the year. And then we go to another match, Natalya versus Layla. Natalya jumps before the match starts, and she gets out of the ring and just starts going after Summer.
Yes,
right?
I love that.
Mm.
Does that not make sense to you, being that you don't watch Divas? Are you confused when you see that?
I've seen some of it. I am not totally caught up on that part of it.
Because
But
I
I've
could
seen
see
some
someone
of the
being
stuff,
like, well,
yeah.
why does she care about Summer?
Mm.
You
No,
know?
I've seen the part where Summer smacked her in the face at her house, and when she threw her out of the car when they were on the side of the road.
Moment.
I can understand why she goes after Summer. Summer says a lot of stuff that she shouldn't say.
Summer is so annoying. I don't like Summer, and I don't even work with her.
Like, she needs to keep her mouth shut.
Yeah, I agree.
But so after that, Natalya comes back in the ring. Layla's able to, take control. And the crowd is really chanting at Tyson Kidd. They're chanting Natty's husband to him nonstop. So he put his headphones on to, block out the noise. Layla had like a cool choke maneuver on the rope where she wrapped her legs around Natalya's neck and was hanging over the ropes. I thought that was pretty cool what she did.
I liked that.
And then Natalya, gets out of it, is able to make a comeback, puts on the sharpshooter, gets the win. And as she's celebrating on the apron, Tyson Kidd gets up on the apron or up on the ropes and is kind of just standing in front of her, blocking her out as, and he's celebrating like he won the match. Really, he did nothing, standing outside the ring. But what do you think?
Tyson. I did like this match. Natty is so good. So is Layla. There was okay, tell me if this is the same move you mentioned, because I'm not sure if it is. A knee, lock kind of on Natalya's neck by Layla.
Yeah.
And then she slammed her down a few times.
Oh, no, that was different.
Something
that was
else.
a different move, yeah.
Okay. I really liked that. That was cool. And then when Layla missed the crossbody.
Oh, when she did the springboard off the ropes?
Yeah, and she went straight down, and Natty was nowhere to be found. That was good, too. I mean, not obviously good for Layla, but it was cool to see. I gave it a 3.7. Interesting Divas match. These two are good.
Yeah.
That's really it. I don't have much to say about it.
Yeah, I thought it was good for I mean, they're both kind of veterans of the Divas division, so it's kind of, it was what I expected it to be. I thought maybe Summer would try to get more involved in the match just because she has such a feud with Natalya. I kind of wish they would play that more up on TV. They play it so much on Total Divas that you think it would cross over more.
I just thought of something genius.
Yes.
What if Summer, to get Natty angry, started flirting with TJ? Because Summer is obviously a flirt, steals people's men, and hates Natty. So wouldn't that be the perfect story? While they're both ringside, to be having, a relationship going on? Some close encounters.
And since Tyson's kind of a jerk, I could see him kind of playing into it and just he's so into himself
that he likes the attention.
Yes, that if Summer came over and started talking to him, he would not pay attention to the match and would start talking to Summer outside of the ring.
I like that.
Yeah, and then Natalya would get pissed because she'd be like, "What are you doing? You're standing there, you're not cheering me on during this match."
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah, they should definitely do that.
This is where they need to get more in depth with what's going on. It can't be so flat in the story.
Yeah, they have, if you're building that stuff up in Total Divas, you need to at least cross it over a little bit into...
Yeah.
Because they do cross over some stuff, but at least make it more of a storyline.
But it's not as dynamic. Like I said, I think it's more flat. They'll choose one little thing and run with it, but it's not interesting enough that it's holding the match together.
Gotcha. So I gave it a 3.0. I thought it was a good match for Natalya and Layla. And then we go to the main event for the night. Kane versus Dean Ambrose. We see from Raw concessions Kane.
My favorite.
Selling the hot dogs, and Ryback coming up and attacking him and pouring mustard.
That
and
was such
ketchup all
a
over
funny
him.
little dialogue too. Do you have any protein shakes or
Did they say? Did they? I don't know if they left the line where he was at the end. He picked up a bag of peanuts and he's like, "Hey Kane, you forgot your nuts."
No, I think they might have cut that out for this part.
Yeah, but it was a funny line by Ryback. I mean, I like Ryback. I think he's if they just kind of let him fly and just kind of say whatever he wants, He makes me laugh.
Me too.
But so Kane was in control for the beginning of the match. Ambrose tries to dive on him on the outside, but Kane ends up punching him in the face to stop him. Ambrose makes a comeback, does hit the dive out to the ring eventually, gets Kane back in the ring. He tries for the dirty deeds and misses. Then Kane tries for the choke slam, but Dean escapes, and they end up in the corner by the corner of the ring. Sorry. I'm like in the corner of the ring. And Dean ends up rolling up Kane to get the win. Kane was pissed because he's not the director of operations anymore. He's, the director of food and was it food
Director of food and beverage.
Food and beverage, okay. I was gonna say food and sanitation.
That would be real bad.
Yeah.
I think that's a little worse.
Yeah. I thought that's what they were gonna do with him.
Food and sanitation, I love it.
Like
Getting all serious with the garbage
yes,
terminology.
yeah. I thought he was gonna be like, Daniel Bryan was gonna tell him like, you have to go clean out the locker rooms or clean out, the toilets.
That's next.
Yeah.
Somebody else is gonna get that job.
Yeah. But so Ambrose gets the win. We do know that at TLC it's already announced it'll be Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt in a TLC match. So that should be, they went crazy on each other on the pay-per-view. I thought that was one of the really good matches. A very just stiff, hard-hitting match of them just beating the crap out of each other. And then, they brought the chairs in the ring, and then Dean Ambrose went crazy throwing the tables on Wyatt, and I thought he was going to jump off the ladder that he brought in the ring, but he didn't jump off it. I guess wait for that next pay-per-view for that.
Those are two crazy guys against each other, which is kind of interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what do you think of this match?
I loved it. First of all, Dean Ambrose, the commentator said it, but he is unorthodox in the sense that you never know, like they said, what he's going to pull out. And that makes the match interesting. He'll go to do one move and then do something else. I feel like that's what baseball players do in a sense. Like when they signal or do a pitch, they try and fake it so you think that they're going to throw it one way, but then they really throw it the other if they're good. It's kind of like that. Really cool to see some of his moves that he pulls out because I hate things that are predictable. And I hate things that are cheats that just win because there's a distraction or something stupid. So I would say it's got to be a challenge to even wrestle with Dean in the first place because you have to understand his style in order to make it look fluid and organic. Because, I would hope there's some rhyme to the reason, but how do you know what he's going to do to react to it?
Yeah.
In a sense, as the opponent. That's got to be confusing. And then, with that recap, I could see in Kane's face, with the Confessions Kane thing, that he looked like his life was ending. The expression was just so, upset. And it was really cool. So, yay to the authority being taken out of control. I love it. Yeah, I gave it a 3.4. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, I gave it a 3.0. Yeah. Ambrose he is so unique, and he was about to run to the corner, and he starts pounding on his legs as he's running, I don't know, he's in a
crazy
Flintstones
mode.
cartoon or something. I don't know. It was just so you're what are you doing? But it works though. It works for him, and it fits his character.
I know this is gonna sound hopefully it's not offensive, but he kind of reminds me of a crazy person on the streets in Hollywood. Because he does these nutso things. He looks disheveled. So I don't know. I appreciate his character. I think he's so good at it.
Yeah, he's definitely found his way from being in the Shield to now carving out this own
difference.
Definitely. Completely different. And he's one of my favorite now, and I give it a 3.0 this match. I thought it was good. It was a good main event.
It was good. And it was nice to see two big guys.
Yeah.
They're A-list type of people in the wrestling world, I feel like, So it was nice to see a big main eventer, even though I wouldn't say it was necessarily the best main event we've seen, but they were definitely good and two all-stars.
Yeah, and I like that they, they're trying to build up Dean and Bray Wyatt in this match, and I like that, Dean didn't hit the, the dirty deeds to get the win. He, got the roll-up, but, it makes him look a lot smarter that he was able to outsmart Kane, who is, Kane's been in the business for almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
So, the fact that he can get the win over Kane and not, be able to get out of the choke slam and, find a way to beat him, another way was a good way to, get Dean Ambrose the win, keep him strong.
What a demotion.
For Kane, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did like that they were both
20 years
on,
in the business.
Yeah. I did like that they were both on, main event. It wasn't like Dean Ambrose versus Justin Gabriel or something like that where we're like, all right.
Exactly.
When I saw that, I was like, this match could go either way. Like I was, if Kane would have won, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Right.
So I was glad Ambrose got the win.
But Kane can't win because he's having the worst day ever.
Exactly. So
That's why I think it made sense.
Yeah, I'm sure if he wrestles on SmackDown this week, he will probably lose. Because, might as well just keep the week going of having a bad week. But maybe this will make Kane, reevaluate being corporate Kane or concessions Kane and go back to putting the mask on and being, the monster Kane.
I don't think he has enough self-esteem at this point to do that. He's so upset with life.
Probably. But he's also getting up there. I think I would say he probably has maybe a year or two left before he kind of retires. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he seems like he's kind of tired.
I mean, he's been doing it forever, and the fact that he can still have good matches with these younger guys and keep up with them is pretty remarkable. Yeah. But I think that wraps us up here for this week. The predictions champion Gabby, where can the people find you?
The people can find me at GabbyLO87 on Instagram and FitFabDaily on Instagram, my new fitness page.
Awesome.
And Twitter, Gabrielle_Loren. And here on Wednesday nights, Wednesday nights with main events. Obviously, you guys, don't miss it.
Yes, and you guys can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom.
This is like Miz Dow and The Miz.
Yes, exactly, yeah. That means I'm The Miz? All right, that's fine.
Yeah, you can take The Miz. I'll take Miz Dow.
I'll take the belts then. But you can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom. And next week we'll be back at our normal time of 10 o'clock here for main event. And Supernatural will be back at 11 o'clock next Tuesday.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yes. And hi to Scott Marquia. I hope that Marquia made those pies and they're good.
Yeah, Marquia's at home cooking and Scott was stuck in traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
We'll see you guys next week. Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.